Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I am finally ready to sit down and make my big birthday book haul. My birthday was on May 19th and I was blessed with so many books. I had my family get me gift cards. I had a really sweet friend on TikTok that I've met send me some books. My husband got me a couple, and I also accumulated some kind of randomly, like from some thrift stores or discounted bookstores. There's even a couple yard sale finds. So I'm going to just show you kind of everything that I got around the time of my birthday. So this is going to be kind of long. This is the biggest book haul I've ever done. So I'm so excited and so thankful to show these to you. So get a drink, get a snack, hang out with me. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to kind of do these in sections. So this was from my friend Lindsay on TikTok. I was so surprised that she sent this to me. So she sent me the entire Salacious Players Club series. I have been wanting to start this series, and I actually almost bought it, the first book, one day when I was at Barnes & Noble and they didn't have it. So she sent me this entire series. So one, I love these covers. They are so pretty. So we have Praise. We have, this is my favorite because that's my birthstone, Eyes on Me, Give Me More, Mercy, Highest Bidder, and Madame, I think is how you say that. I am so excited. I've seen so many good things about that series. I sat down and read the back of the books the other day, and they all sound so different from each other, so I'm really excited about those. I had one recent Goodwill find. My Goodwill sells their paperbacks for only $1. So I got Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I read one Carly Fortune book last summer and it was so good. It was This Summer Will Be Different. So I am really looking forward to jumping into some of her beach reads. I am currently reading The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I just needed a summer read. And so I am so excited for some of these. I have another one of her books too that I'll show you. Okay, these next two are from a discounted bookstore that's a little bit away from me. This past weekend before my birthday, we were in a different town where the store is, and all of their books are used, but they are half off the cover price. They're in really good shape. It kind of reminds me of like half price books. I don't have one of those in my area, but it kind of reminds me of that. So I got both of these for $14 together. So I got Frida McFadden's The Crash, and like I said, like their books are always in like really good shape. And I got My Dark Romeo. So I was a little confused though, because I haven't seen other people's books say he's My Dark Romeo. So I assume this is the same. This is, I think, the UK version of this. So I'm thinking maybe the cover is just a little bit different, but that did make it cheaper, I think, because there was only the UK price on here for $9.99. So I got this book for like $4.50 or something. So I think it made it a little bit cheaper for me. So yeah, I've heard really good things about My Dark Romeo, and I have not read anything by Frida yet. So I'm really excited. The girl, when I found this, when I was buying it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, where did you find that?" She had been looking for it too. So I was really excited to find these for half off. Okay, next, these three books are from my husband. I actually ordered these off of barnesandnoble.com because they didn't have these in the store, and I've been really wanting some of these. He also got me a special, like a new release book that hasn't come yet. And I am so excited. I'll have to show you guys when it comes. It's supposed to come this next week. So that also is just not here yet. But I got from Ruby Dixon Ice Planet Holiday, the novella. So I needed the novellas. They do not sell in the store. So I really wanted to get this. It's super short. Like, I think it's like less than 100 pages. I don't know, or maybe 100 pages, but the writing is really big. I am obsessed with the Ice Planet Barbarian series. If you guys have not made the jump, I know it kind of seems out there, but literally they are the most like funnest, unserious book. They're really good palate cleansers too. Like if you feel like you're kind of in a reading slump, they're really good for that. I actually got two more in this haul and I've already read one of them. So after I read the two other ones I'm going to show you, I can read this one. I've printed out the entire checklist. Like, I'm invested. There's so many books and I'm so invested. I want to read all of them and make sure I don't miss any of the little side stories. Then I got Iran's Obsession by, by Jolie Vines. This is the Body Count series, book number 1. This book has been advertised to me on like Instagram, Facebook ads. I've seen this everywhere. I've seen it on TikTok. So I think it's a 3-book series. I don't know if there's going to be more books or what, but I've seen people say this is a really crazy, like dark romance story. And I love dark romance stories. So I'm really excited. I don't really know what to expect with that one, but I think it's going to be fun. And then I got Wolfie by Paisley Hope. I have wanted this book for months. I have seen the best things about this book. Again, this is like a dark romance, like a motorcycle romance. I don't know if it's kind of like enemies to lovers. I'm not sure, but I will definitely have to let you guys know what I think about this. Please let me know if you've read this. I've seen so many good things about Paisley Hope, so I know after I read this, I'm going to want to get like so many of her other books. Okay, these next 3 books I actually got at a yard sale when I was out with my mom around Mother's Day weekend. So it was like the weekend before my birthday, but I'm going to include them in this because I got them around the same time. I got Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark for $2. I just read my first 2 Sophie Lark books. I had The Sinner's Duet. They both, especially the first one, I read them in like I literally, if I would have had the time, could have sat down and read them in 24 hours. They were really good. So I've seen a lot of people, I think this is called like the Brutal Birthright series or something like that. I've seen a lot of things about this. So I got book 1. I'm going to see kind of what I think about that. I love when you can score books at yard sales too, because I got that for $2. So I was really excited. Then I actually just got 2 other Megan Miranda books at a yard sale a couple weeks before this, and I've not read them yet. I saw this one. This is The Girl from Widow Hills. It seems like she writes a lot of thrillers, and I've been wanting to get more into thrillers. I feel like they're a really good palate cleanser too. So I actually got this for only $1, and this is in super good shape. So would have been $26.99, it says. So I thought that was a really good score. I really want to branch out. I haven't read that many thrillers yet, so I'm excited about that. Then I got Pack Darling. I do not know anything about this book. This is from Lola Rock. This is the complete duology. I know it is 2 books because I searched it. I was so excited. I got this for $5. First of all, the cover's so pretty. It says she's our missing piece. And what I thought was so cool, not only is this like 2 books in one, this is actually signed by her. And I got this for $5. So I had a friend on TikTok tell me that they think this came out of the Probably Smut subscription box, which has like, I feel like a year-long wait list or something. I've heard people say. So this book is huge because like I said, I think it's 2 books. I know nothing about this. I am literally so excited. I love that it's like, I can't believe it's signed. I love going to yard sales because you literally just have no idea what you're going to find. Last year, when I was really getting started with my book journey, I wanted to read some more Colleen Hoover books. I read Verity, and that got me started reading again. And I wanted to get It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us. And I actually, before I went to the beach last year, found them both, and I think 2 of her other books for $1 each at a yard sale. So like, you just never know what you're going to find. I love going to yard sales for books, thrift stores for books. I love like just the thrill of the hunt. Okay, next I got 4 books from Target on my birthday. So all of these I have been really wanting. The first one I got Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I just finished Deep End not long ago from Ali Hazelwood, and that's my first book of hers. I loved her writing. I was obsessed with that book. So I've been seeing really cool things about Bride, and I've seen her cover release of what it's going to look like when it comes out in October. I love the thought of getting like a spooky book around Halloween, and it's going to be like lime green. It's so pretty. So I wanted to read Bride first. Then I have been, like I was telling you guys, I got Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I feel like, unlike a lot of her books, I've seen people say that you should read this one first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. That seems really cool. I know her other books, I think, are all just kind of standalones, but this One Golden Summer, I got the Target exclusive, and I love that you can actually peel the sticker off because I thought it was just like stuck on there for good. But if you guys can see, these covers are like so like kind of glossy and shimmery. So this is a new release this month. I was so excited to get that. Like I said, I'm just ready for all the summer vibes books. Then let me tell you guys this first. I have not read any fantasy books yet. I've read some sci-fi books like the Ice Planet Barbarians, but that's really the farthest, I'm pretty sure, that I've branched out. And I want to just be an all-around reader. Like, I want to read, I want to get into fantasy. I'm so ready for that. I see a lot of people say they love fantasy in like the winter time. So I grabbed Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I have seen so many things about this book. First of all, it's huge. It is a humongous book. I'm a little intimidated. I like reading big books. I love when because I'm like, this book must have a lot to say. There must be a lot to unpack in here. So I love that. But I'm like wondering if it's a lot of world building. Is it going to be confusing? I've seen some people say this was like their I can't say that word. This started them. I can't say that word right now. That this was like their start into fantasy. So I want to see what I think, see how it goes. Let me know if you've read that, if you liked it. And then another kind of dark romance. I got the first book hooked in this series. I'm not sure. This is by Emily McIntyre. I am not sure what this series is called. The Never After series. So I know that these are like retellings of famous like stories, and this one is Peter Pan. I am so excited. I know on the back there's like Sacred and Wretched. I think there's a lot more of them now. So I've been so interested in this series for a long time. So I had to get that when I saw it. Okay, next, we are going to do Barnes & Noble. This is where I did the most damage. This is where I spent most of my birthday money and my gift cards. So let's get started. I think I'm going to jump in with I have been really wanting to get the Legacy of God series, and I wanted to get the Pretty Sprayed Edges. And in my area, they have been harder to find. I've seen the Pretty Sprayed Edges on these books for months, but then of course, when I was getting close to doing my big book haul, they were hard to find. So I actually found all the complete series with the sprayed edges. So you bet I got it, because these are literally beautiful and I want them on my shelf. So first of all, I'm going to show you how pretty they are. Literally gorgeous. Like, look at that, guys. That's going to be so pretty on my shelf. So let's get started going through them. So I got God of Malice. I have seen the best things about this series too. God of Pain. You'll have to let me know if you've read this, like which one is your favorite. God of Wrath. Love the edges. God of Ruin. Oh, I love this yellow one, this God of Fury. I feel like this is like the thickest one. I love the bright yellow flowers. That's so pretty. And then God of War. Look how gorgeous. I'm literally obsessed. You guys will have to let me know. Like, I assume these are all different couples, like different guys. And I know they're dark romance. I don't really know anything about them. I'm really excited. Like, I kind of like to like have a small idea, like this is dark romance, this is fantasy. And I just like to like jump in blind. So we're going to see how I like those. Okay, I got two more. I read Corrupt in Penelope Douglas's Devil's Night series. I think I've read 6 Penelope Douglas books so far, and she is one of my favorite authors. So I want to keep reading that series. So I got Hideaway and Kill Switch. I believe Hideaway is next and then Kill Switch, but I know there's a couple novellas mixed in there and then a 4th book, because I know there's a book for all the guys. So I know like the very first book, the guy's name is slipping, Michael. And I know, oh my gosh, like when she said in that book, like it just had a spooky vibe about it. She said she based the character off Michael Myers. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm pretty sure this one is about Kai. And this one's about Damon. And I've seen people say that Damon, even though he's like the least favorite in Corrupt, that a lot of people say they like his book the most. So I'm really excited to kind of see how I feel about that. Next, I got Enemies by T. Jean. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. This book has been displayed at my Barnes& and Noble for a while now. It's like an enemies to lovers, like sports romance, kind of like a bully romance, I almost feel like. It looks really good. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this on Book Talk or anything. It just really pulled me in. I love sports romance books, and I'm a sports girly. Like, I just got done reading the whole Windy City series, and I love the baseball romance, the hockey, the basketball. I really need to get Rio's book, by the way, and the stores are sold out. But yeah, when I saw this was a sports romance, I've never actually, that's a lie. I did read one other football romance by, I'm looking at my bookshelf up here, by Sarah Adams, The Cheat Sheet. So this would be like the second football romance. So I don't know if that's kind of got a dark romance vibe to it or how that will be, but I'm excited to kind of see. Then I got Flock by Kate Stewart. I have seen this talked about a lot, and people say that this kind of gives you like Credence vibes. If you really liked Credence, you would really like the series. I loved Credence. That was one of the first like taboo books, like taboo romances that I read. It was my first Penelope Douglas book. Now, like I said, I've read 6 of her books and I have 2 more to read now. So if this is anything kind of similar Credence vibes, I am down. I loved that book. Then I got Pen Pal. I have been again wanting this book for so long. I've seen this at Target, at Barnes& and Noble. I've seen it talked about a lot of places. So I'm really hoping that I love that. Then this is another one like Ice Planet Barbarians that I know has a super long like reading list. I got the first book in the Zodiac Academy. First of all, this book is really big too. There are so many books, so many reading orders. I saw a girl one day showing like 3 different reading orders that you could read this series. So I'm just starting with book 1. I know at my store there's another book 1 that's told from the guy's point of view. So I don't know, I don't know if I should like read all these first or read this one and then read the one from the male's point of view. I don't know. Please let me know if you've started this. I'll have to look back because I know I was trying to like make it make sense of the 3 different reading orders because there's, I think some ways if you read it could give spoilers. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. So the next thing, I got 2 Ice Planet Barbarian books. I've read books 1 and 2. So I got books 3 and 4 along with that novella. That's technically kind of like book 5. I got Barbarian Lover. This is Kira and Ayako, I think is how you say his name or something like that. This is their story. I've already read this. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm telling you, first of all, these covers are so beautiful. Like, they're just so colorful. I keep seeing them. Like, I know they're getting, like, new covers and kind of being re-released. This is just the funnest. I'm telling you, if you want something just light and fun and a good palette cleanser, these are so fun. And then I got Barbarian Mine, and I'm pretty sure this follows Harlow. And I don't know what the guy's name. I think what I'm thinking, if you've read this, I think Rahash from the second book, I feel like this is going to be his brother. I think they're not saying his name because it's a mystery, but for some reason, like I'm feeling like it could be Rahash's brother. So Barbarian Mine. I'm excited too because we got to see Harlow a lot in Barbarian Lover. So I'm kind of excited to follow her story more. Then along with the fantasy, I got A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm so excited. Now, let me know because I've seen some people say that the first book is their least favorite, that you kind of have to push through this because there's a lot of world building. It gets a little slow. But then I've seen other people say that this is like their favorite. So let me know if you've read this. I know like everybody's read this. But yeah, like let me know if you really liked this book or do I need to really power through? I've seen some people say it gets a little slow at points. So, but it's got to kind of build you up for the whole series. Then I got Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. I have read Haunting Adeline. I've not ventured to read Hunting Adeline yet. I loved Haunting Adeline. I do have her book, Does It Hurt? I've not read it yet, but I loved her writing. I loved her books. Now, these books are super dark. I know when I actually bought this, the girl that was checking me out, she was like, H.D. Carlton, are you all right? I thought that was so funny. But this is a very dark book. So I'm interested to see what this is about, how I like this. I had not really seen this in the store. I don't know if this is more of one of her newer release books, but this will be my second book of hers. I want to continue. I think there was a book that I should have read before Haunting Adeline, and I didn't know. And Haunting Adeline was really dark. I really liked it, but it was really dark. So I've seen people say that they regretted reading Haunting Adeline, or that it was just really hard to read at points. So I don't know. I haven't ventured and got that one yet. I do want to, and I do want to finish that series. I just didn't get it this time. And then, guys, we are to the last book, I Got Older by Jennifer Hartman. I know this is kind of like a taboo thing again, too. I really don't know. The only thing I know is there's an age gap. I don't know anything about what this is really about, like what the plot is, but this was the only one at my Barnes & Noble left that had sprayed edges. The cover, for some reason, now it looks better because it's been on my shelf, kind of sandwiched in. But for some reason at my Barnes & Noble, I don't know if it's like the humidity or what, when I was walking through, a lot of the top books, like the covers were really bent up, like a lot more than this. This one was worse, but a lot of my books have pushed it down. So this was the only one they had that had sprayed edges. So it looks like she's like in the ocean on the cover, but this is kind of giving like pool vibes. So I don't know. This is honestly like a pretty thick book too. I don't really know what the gist is gonna, like what it's about, but the edges are really pretty on there. So yeah, guys, I am so excited. I've read one of these so far, but I told my husband I am on a book buying ban. The only book that I am allowed to buy right now is Rio's book from the Windy City series. I'm waiting because I have all the indie covers with the skyline, and she's redoing all of her covers because they're going to be in the US stores for the first time. So I'm so excited for Liz Tomford, but as pretty as the new cover is, it has pretty sprayed edges, and I think she's going to go back and release all of the other books. I want the indie cover because I want it to match my Skyline books. And I was slow getting around to getting it, and I missed it. So I'm waiting. I'm going to try to see. I keep checking Barnes & Noble and seeing if it's back in stock. It's not back in stock yet. So that's the only book I'm allowed to get. And the book that's coming that I've already bought that I'll have to show you guys separately. But yeah, I told my husband I'm on a book buying ban because I have a bookshelf. I haven't showed you guys. I need to start making more book content on here. I make a lot on TikTok, but I have 2 bookshelves over here now. And I have a smaller bookshelf that is kind of like my nightstand. It's just a 3-level bookshelf. And that is full, and that is supposed to be for my TBR. I'm only supposed to put over here, these are the rules I made myself, but I'm only wanting to put books that I've read over here, and I want to put my TBR over here. And I cannot fit any of these books on my TBR shelf, so they are all over here. So I told Devin I cannot buy books until I can fit them back over there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if I stick to that. He doesn't really know when I show up with new books. So we'll see. I'm going to have to hold myself accountable. No, but he just hollered from the living room and said no more books. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which books I should read first. If any of these are your favorites, what you think about some of these series. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.